everybody. Welcome to another edition of Transfermarkt TV International from our headquarters in Hamburg, Germany. Today we feature a special market value update for players who were transferred in winter on a big transfer fee or had impressive numbers during the last month or were moved up from the second to the first team, thus having a first market value in their career. We start with our category players in focus, players to watch. And at age 35, you might think that you already heard everything about Cristiano Ronaldo. But yet again, he accomplished another record. The five-time Ballon d'Or champion scored in his 10th consecutive Serie A game for his side Juventus Torino. His measured finish at the break opened the scoring in the game against Hellas Verona. By doing so, CR7 surpassed former French great Trezeguet, who had 9 games in a row with at least 1 goal for Juve in 2005's Italian top flyer. This record didn't really help this team. Juve lost 2-1 at Hellas Verona and also the top spot in the Serie A table to Inter Milano. We stay in Italy's top league. Atalanta Bergamo reached an unusual milestone this season with 61 goals. So far, the Champions League knockout stage qualifier features the most dangerous attack in Serie A action. Curiously, not one of these 61 goals has been scored by an Italian-born Atalanta player. Centre-back Rafael Toloi and forward Papu Gomez were granted an Italian citizenship as their second in their passports, but were not born in Italy. Thus, to us, they are not affecting this remarkable record for the number 4 team in Italy's top league table, as you can see here, who scored the goals, the 61 for Atalanta Bergamo. Talking about outstanding performances for lower-rated teams, we now take a closer look at La Liga's surprise team, FC Getafe. They are standing in position number 3 in La Liga, just behind Real Madrid and FC Barcelona as their main hunter. After closely missing out last season on the last match day on the Champions League, in season 2019-20 could mark the first one for the Azulones that they make it to the international top league, the Champions League, ahead of Spain's big traditional teams like Atletico, Sevilla or Valencia. A continuous development as we look at their standings in La Liga table during the last 2 seasons. Great work by Getafe head coach José Pepe Bordalas, who took over at Getafe September 2016. You see him here at the left, the 55-year-old Spaniard. Also impressed with his team in Europa League action, where Getafe reached the knockout stages with an exciting duel against Dutch champions Ajax Amsterdam coming up. Not surprisingly, a team performing this well during the last couple of years increased its market value from 48.75 million in 2017-18 to 69.5 million euros in last season's top 5 finish, up to this campaign's remarkable 177.6 million euros. Getafe may be a team name that Europe's football's heavyweights have to adapt to. Just like in the last couple of weeks, Bayern Munich seems to be fascinating for international media regarding possible new signings on big names for this summer transfer period. And again, this week we start our rumor mill with Bayern Munich, who, as The Sun reports, might be interested in Liverpool striker Roberto Firmino. The 28-year-old Brazilian striker is bound to Anfield Road until June 2023, but might be an option for a summer transfer. Reds manager Jurgen Klopp is said to be very keen on signing 23-year-old German national team striker Timo Werner from RB Leipzig as a younger upgrade for Liverpool's attack, thus making a Bayern approach to Firmino possible. The Sun also heard of a considering signing fee close to 90 million euros for the versatile striker, which suits his market value. Roberto Firmino has 8 goals and 7 assists in 25 Premier League matches, mostly being a valiant creator to fellow Liverpool attackers Sadio Mane and Mo Salah. Munich's new manager Flick allegedly likes Firmino as an alternative for 32-year-old Robert Lewandowski and sees him as an adequate addition for Bayern's other focus player Leroy Sané, who most likely in summer will be on his way to Germany from Manchester City. And again, Bayern, Dutch-born US international Serginho Dest, according to Dutch paper Telegraaf, might be the long-term solution at right-back position for the German record champion. The 19-year-old is an Ajax Amsterdam Academy graduate who has become a regular starter for the Dutch champion. His market value stands at 12 million euros with a contract running into summer 2022. Amsterdam sporting director Mark Overmars reportedly wanted at least 30 million euros as a Bayern offer at 20 million euros in winter transfer period fell short. Dest is said to be open for a Bundesliga move in summer and was seen in Allianz Arena during Munich's Cup game against Hoffenheim last week. Barcelona continues its quest for renewing their team, preferably with big names like Neymar. As Daily Mail reports, but probably just a constructed coincidence by the English newspaper, injured Uruguayan striker Luis Suarez could be replaced by a much cheaper alternative. Luis Suarez, a Colombian striker who is on loan from Watford's reserve team with Spanish second division team Zaragoza. The 22-year-old Colombian, whose name is exactly spelled like Barca Suarez, has a solid La Liga 2 season with 14 goals and 3 assists in 25 games. His market value stands at 4.5 million euros. Higher caliber is Napoli's exciting centre-back Kalidou Koulibaly. The 28-year-old athletic Senegalese international is regarded as one of the top defenders in the world. So far, Napoli's president, Aurelio De Laurentiis, rejected offers for the summer 2023-bound player, who stands at a market value of 75 million euros. Now, as the Mirror found out, that a summer transfer might be rushed by Manchester United, who reportedly is willing to pay 100 million euros for Koulibaly's services to avoid a 150 million euro release clause that is activated in June. Mauricio Pochettino at the moment is recharging his batteries after being sacked by the Spurs in November. The Mirror reports that his new energy might be needed for Manchester United starting in summer or earlier. The 47-year-old Argentine is understood to be excited by the prospect of managing United at one stage. Due to a ranking out of the top 6 in Premier League, the Red Devils' US-American head office could become impatient with manager and former 99 treble hero Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As you heard at the beginning of our show, Hellas Verona beat Juventus Torino 2-1 in Serie A action last weekend. A key factor for Verona's strong defense is centre-back Marash Kumbulla. The Albanian international at age 20 already is a regular for the number 6 team in Italy's top-tier table. Rumors are that German side Borussia Dortmund or Manchester City have intensified scouting of Kumbulla. His contract with Hellas, where he has played since youth stages, runs into 2022. His market value is 10 million euros. Next up, our special Transfermarkt market value update for players who were signed on a big transfer fee or had impressive numbers during the last month or came from reserve or youth teams into their first pro contract. We start in the Premier League with Daniel Podence. The 24-year-old Portuguese international was signed by Wolverhampton on a 19.6 million euro transfer fee from Greek side Olympiacos Piraeus. The left wing already saw 14 minutes of Premier League action for the Wolves, mainly because of his big transfer fee. His market value rose from 6 million to 50 million euros. Even 10 million upgraded was newly signed West Ham right wing Jarrod Bowen. After his winter signing for 21.3 million euros from Championship side Hull City, the 23-year-old will try to continue showing his scoring abilities that led to impressive 16 goals and 6 assists in 29 games for the Tigers in England's second tier. And at number 3, Tottenham's talented 18-year-old striker Troy Parrott. He rises from 1.5 to 4 million euros. Even though he only played 5 minutes in the Premier League so far, his long-term contract extension until June 2023 at White Hart Lane led to a 2.5 million euro increase. And as examples for outstanding performances or big signings in other European leagues, we have 3 other more stellar upgrades for you, with all the other interesting numbers waiting for you on our website. No surprising upgrading this striker, Erling Haaland. In winter, he came into Borussia Dortmund from RB Salzburg and set a couple of new Bundesliga records. At the age of just 19, he is now standing as the only player in Bundesliga history to have scored 7 goals in his first 3 games in Germany's top tier. The Norwegian sensation increased his market value from 45 to 60 million euros. A former Dortmund striker was already regarded as a great talent, but in Germany didn't live up to the expectations. He does now in Spain with Real Sociedad San Sebastian. Swedish international Alexander Isak adapted to La Liga convincingly by scoring 14 goals in 28 competitive games, including a brace in Spanish Cup at Real Madrid, helping to eliminate the league table leader from Copa del Rey competition. His market value rises 150% to 25 million euros. Isak's fellow Swedish national team player Dejan Kulusevski increased his market value from 25 to 35 million euros. The 19-year-old right wing was signed by Juventus on a 35 million euro transfer fee. This big amount, as well as his 12 scoring points in 22 Serie A matches for AC Parma, the team that he will stay on loan with until the end of the season, led to his upgraded higher market value. In our category Background, we now take a look at players at the age of 23 or younger with expiring contracts who are attracting new clubs. For example, 22-year-old Dutch Timothy Fosu-Mensah from Manchester United on loan to Fulham, standing at a market value of 7 million euros. The right back sees his contract expiring in summer, with United having an option for another year. Fosu-Mensah would rather like to join a different team with a better personal playing perspective. Just like these guys in our top team, the most valuable 11 players by position aged under 23 with expiring contracts. In goal, Colombian Ivan Arboleda standing at 1.75 million euros. The 23-year-old has an expiring contract with Argentine side Sea Banfield. Two centre-backs, very interesting. First, 21-year-old Brazilian Leo Santos, currently bound to Corinthians and standing at 6 million euros in market value. And the other one being the most valuable player in this top 11, Malang Sarr of OGC Nice, who is evaluated at 18 million euros right now. Despite his young age of 21, the centre-back is a regular starter for the League One outfit for 3.5 years now and on a professional contract for a long time. The club from southern France does not appear to be in a hurry considering the planning of their squad for next season. However, besides Sarr, 8 other players could leave the team for free this summer. Amongst them is also 23-year-old Patrick Bonnet, the right back of this fictional 11 with a market value of 4 million euros. The left back position is reserved for Villarreal's Xavi Quintilla, who stands at 5 million euros and has 16 La Liga games this season under his belt. Moving on to midfield. Defensively, in our 4-1-4-1 formation, we found Thomas Belmonte standing at 4 million euros. The 21-year-old Argentine under-23 player is a Sea Lanús breed with mostly substitute minutes in Primera División. Offensively in the middle, on the right side, Shakhtar Donetsk grown creative mind Viktor Kovalenko, who already saw valid minutes in 5 Champions League games for Shakhtar this season. The 23-year-old, 25-time Ukrainian international is a hot deal in summer for European heavyweights. Just as 17-year-old Adil Aouchichi. This youngster made the headlines at the UEFA Under-17 Euro last year, where he scored 9 goals, but is still waiting for his breakthrough in PSG's senior side. After the season, he could be the next big talent who leaves French title holders for free. In the past, the club already lost players like Kingsley Coman or Zagadou without a fee being paid. On the wings, we have 21-year-old Argentine Thomas Chancelay from Sea Colón on the left side. 5 million euros are evaluated for him. At right, another Manchester United hopeful who doesn't see a future at Old Trafford. 20-year-old Dutch under-21 international Tahith Chong, who only played 24 minutes in the Premier League this season. Already in November, he therefore said that all options are open for him. The agent of the right winger, who has the second highest market value in the top 11 with 7 million euros, confirmed the interest of several other clubs in the Bundesliga or La Liga. And a central striker, under-21 French international Moussa Sylla. The 20-year-old AS Monaco striker worth 3 million euros only saw 8 minutes of playing time in Ligue 1, and he is almost certainly ready for a move in summer. And that's it. Another edition of Transfermarkt TV International is in the book. Hope to having you around next week when we yet again provide you with the latest news and rumors in international football. Hope to see you then. Thanks for joining. Have a good one.